my cello friends, and happy Pajama Day. This is a wonderful day where we're going to learn more about pattern 4 in our finger patterns. Okay, so we're going to learn a couple of scales over again, and more importantly, how to do those scales. First thing I'd like you to do is find a glass or a see-through cup, because we're going to be working on this hand shape right here. This hand shape is what we call the extended position, or the extended pattern, however you want to talk about it. And it's what we're using for pattern 3 as well as for pattern 4. The most important thing here is that we have these 3 fingers. These are normal. We've never stretched these fingers apart from each other, and we never will. Our second finger is going to be opposite of our thumb, as always, and our first finger is the one that goes up and away from the rest, okay? Like we're saying, hey waiter, I miss going to a restaurant. But we're going to think about it that way, okay? We've got space here. If you even want to grab some measuring tape or a ruler, parents, if you're listening, this would be a great opportunity for you to really double check this and get it solid. We need to have the same distance here as we have right here. It's okay if it's off a couple of centimeters or so, but that's the idea. Same distance here as here. This is going to be a whole step. This is going to be a whole step, and thumb is opposite of the second finger. So you may have used this before, especially like if you're getting a cup. I know I don't always hold my cup like this to drink. Sometimes I do like this. That may be true for you, may not, but it's a good way where you can feel. Now, my hands are kind of big, but you might be able to do the same. Reach your first finger all the way up to the rim, and my pinky is somewhat near the bottom. Notice how my thumb and second finger are close to each other, okay? And that's when you're like really serious. If you're having like a eating, drinking competition, you can pour it fast like that, okay? One idea. Another thing that you can do to get this feeling in your hand is, nasty, but people pick their nose, or they have in the past. Last of all, I'm not recommended that you actually touch your face because of the coronavirus that's out there. We want to touch our face as little as possible. However, I've found this as such a very helpful measurement. And so what we're going to do right now, we're just going to hold our hand next to our face. And I would suggest doing this in a mirror so that you can see how all the measurements line up. So the reason why I'm asking you to do this is if you were to put your thumb in your ear, your second finger on your nose, your first finger on your eyebrow, and your pinky on your lips, that would be the exact measurement of how we're making this shape right here, okay? So try all of those activities and see what works for you to get this sound. Now, before we go any further, repeat this part of the track as often as you need to get in tune. Here's your A. Here's your D. G. C. Okay, so we've got our instrument in tune, where we've got the shape in our hand. Now, the important thing to know is that the thumb has never moved from its normal spot. Your cellos probably don't have this, but mine is getting a little bit worn down at that spot that I always touch it. You could put a sticker there, or if a sticker is already there, if a tape is there, hopefully, where your second finger normally goes, you can think opposite of that. But in any case, you need to know that your thumb has never moved from its spot. But our first finger is moved back, everything else stays in its spot. Okay, so we're going to start on the C string with our second finger. We're going to say the names of the notes here, okay? So we're going to start with Ef, F, open G, A flat, Ef, C, should match the C, okay, and then D, Ef. That's the top of the scale. Come down, Ef, D, C, Bef, Af, here's what it sounds like all together. Play with me, half steps. 1, 2, ready, go. So I noticed that my hands have been keeping a big wide spread the whole time. Something that you can do to get some of that muscle strength if you notice that you're starting to move and stretch and squash in order to reach every note is get a rubber band around your fingers and just do some of these workouts. It's amazing how much resilience your fingers and how much strength they can get just by doing that. If it's too easy for you, double it. I wouldn't recommend tripling it. That would be way too tense. So now we're going to move on to the next string up. One thing you need to know about these finger pattern 4 scales is that they take 3 strings. Okay, you start on your second finger, and the highest string you're going to end up on your first finger. So that means we only have one left. It starts on the G string, end up on the A string. So this is B flat. We've actually done this half before. B, C, D, E. That was the top half of our E flat major scale, but we're going to go on. 2 is 4, G, A, beef, B, A, G, should match this G, F, Ef, D, C, should match this C, and then beef. Play the whole thing with me, half steps. Ready, set, ready, go. So to recap, one of the most important things to remember is that we're keeping this hand shape the whole time. As we're going across strings, make sure that maintains it doesn't squish or stretch any different than where you started out as. Finger pattern 4 starts on second finger, ends on first finger at the top, and then comes back down. And also just remember that the shape needs to have whole step here as well as a whole step here. Thumb is opposite of second finger. Okay, have fun practicing those scales, and we're gonna learn some new things later on. Bye bye. All right, so we're gonna learn a song now to use in this pattern, and it's a oldie, but it's a goodie. It's called "Lean on Me." Ask your parents for the words. I don't know them. I just remember the groove is super fun. I love it very much. So we're gonna start just like our scale on the E flat major scale, C string, second finger. We're gonna go 2, 2, 4, open, 1, and then come down the same way. Okay, the pattern is. Okay, do that with me. Ready, and repeat the 2. Come back down, and then we're gonna come back out once more, and then we're gonna repeat this one. Go to the 4. Then repeat this first part again. Come back down. Come back up. And then we're going to go to the 4th finger. 4, 2, 2. Okay, so we've got a few parts here. We've got this part. We repeat that again. Repeat. Again. Down again. Then 4, 2, 2. Okay? And that's called "Lean on Me." It's basically the lyrics say, "Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Always to carry on." Cool stuff. Practice that. Have fun. Bye bye.